episode 10 of the Captain and the Real Deal podcast. Today's episode recaps the Week 5 games and then analyzes the Week 6 matchups for their respective teams, the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. They also will discuss how well they did predicting the other Week 5 games, as well as recapping the results from their Week 5 fantasy matchups.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Damen und Herren, it's time for the podcast featuring Captain Vuk and Billy Gold, aka The Real Deal. This is the only place that's talking Hawks and Kings, but to be specific, we're talking Seattle Seahawks and Minnesota Vikings. So strap up. We're taking you on a fantastic voyage, unlike any you've ever been on, so sit back and get ready to set sail to the emerald-rich lands of the Seattle Seahawks and the treasure-filled valleys of the Minnesota Vikings, with your hosts, Captain Vuk and Billy Gold, aka The Real Deal. Let's get it.
Vikings have the ball. 3 seconds to go. Joseph set for a 54-yard field goal. It's good! Vikings win! Vikings win! Skol Vikings, let's win this game. Skol Vikings, honor your name.
Ho, ho, ho.
Go get that first down, then get a touchdown. Rock 'em, sock 'em, fight, fight, fight. Go Vikings, run up the score. Your hill is yell for more. V-I-K-I-N-G-S. Skol Vikings, let's go!
Well done, out the chute. Well done.
Welcome back, football fans.
Let's get it.
Well, we got a victory. I don't know how. We'll talk about it today. Welcome back, Scolders, the 12s. It's episode 10. Oh, yes. Of the Captain and the Real Deal podcast. I'm Billy Gold.
Let's go.
Along with my co-host, Captain Vuk.
What's happening?
And the Maverick.
Hit him up.
Our production engineer.
You don't need no earplugs out here. That's music.
Top Gun Cruise.
Hit him. Afterburners. Come on.
All right. I know it was an awful victory.
Bust the tower again. He's never done it.
I know it was an awful victory. We'll get to that, but there he goes. We have another great episode in store for you today. Hey, I took a shot and I went for it. You know, it was fourth and whatever.
No Gus.
And I went for it.
Well done.
Another great episode in store for you today as we're going to recap the Week 5 games and then take a deep dive into the Week 6 matchups for our respective teams. Also, we'll predict the outcomes of all the Week 6 games. By the way, we're still at 70%. Each of us, he's got a 1-game lead, but hey, we're neck and neck, as well as discussing our fantasy football team's results from the Week 5 matchups.
Oh, good.
And
so good.
Our projected Week 6 lineups. As always, I suggest you fill up your solo cup. And by the way, in one of the upcoming episodes, I will give you the history of the solo cup because I think you need to know it. There's a line at the top that tells you all you need to know.
Dropping knowledge.
So sit back and get ready for another fantastic voyage. Hey, Cap.
What up?
You ready to roll?
Always. Back to the bridge I go. Listen, you got to bear with me on this one because something very, very unique happened with us this weekend. So Captain Vuk to all 12s, Scolders, y'all are welcome to this as well. 12s, we are about to head into uncharted waters. There is no turning back, no reset button can be pushed, and certainly no panic button can be pressed. Matter of fact, I had all those removed when I first took over as your captain because we don't use those. We promised you a fantastic voyage, and gosh darn it, we are on one. Our pass rush is non-existent. Our two safeties are leading the NFL in tackles with regard to They're number 5 and number 6. That's ridiculous. Chris Carson just missed a game, a division game with a neck injury. Our number 1 draft pick is going into week 5 on the IR from a concussion he suffered in week 1. Get well soon, D. Eskridge. We have a 2-win and 3-loss record.
We have the same.
And to some, the walls feel like they're caving in. And now, as if we didn't have enough adversity, Russell Wilson, number 3, a.k.a. Dangerous, is out with a finger injury that was about as much of a fluke as the fake holding call the refs dropped on Dwayne Brown on the TD that they took away from us. His hand was wide open. So Russell is about to miss his first start since being a Seahawk.
That's a true statement, and that was a long streak.
It was. I mean, and more after being reliable to the Hawks for 149 straight regular season battles, 16 playoff contests, that's 165 brawls he's shown up to unafraid. Now he's on the casualty report and not available for at least a month. You know what this is, though? You know what this is, B. Gold?
It's a time of reckoning.
It's called adversity, brother. And in every amazing story, the adversity shows up for a little while. But at the end of the day, when the story concludes, the light will be shining on the hero who proudly surveys the lands and hurdles they've overcome on their way to victory. So don't miss one journey, y'all. The best is yet to come.
Hey, Cap,
kick it off.
Hey, Cap, you should write a book. Oh, wait, you already did. You already did.
That's funny.
We'll have to get that. We'll get that link out to you guys. And by the way, check it out. It's a good Christmas present, so get it out there. You know, shipping.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I think we might have some in stock. We if we have to hand deliver them, we'll do it. You know,
we'll do whatever we need to do.
Cool. Let's start today's episode with some questions and some open items like we typically do. I know our intro was a little longer, but you know what?
It was a rough week.
It was
a rough week.
Even in a win, it was a rough week, and I will get to that later. But you know, I still have to celebrate, and it's the first time I ever took a crack at singing, except when nobody was around.
You did well.
The Viking song, so I gave it my passion. We'll see how it turns out with the feedback. But hey, it is on tape, and it is what it is.
No guts, no glory.
So, Cap,
what you got?
Let's start off with a softball again, so the fans get to know more about you. What is your favorite vacation destination spot, and why?
Outside of the U.S. or inside the U.S.?
Yes, sir. Definitely. I should say international vacation.
That's easy for me, man. Jamaica. I love Jamaica. I've been there a few times, and you know what? If I had some Caribbean music right now, it'd be nice to just kind of sit back, watch that blue water, that clear water. You know, everybody's chilling, nobody's stressing, and nobody's in a hurry, man.
So I wrote down your answer prior to doing it, and I made sure that Top Gun saw it.
Verified.
So that
thumbs up.
That was my prediction.
Top Gun.
All right, so let's get to the second.
I got to get yours, though. You got to answer that question, too.
Mine, pretty much anywhere in the Caribbean has blue water. I got married in Bermuda, which is one of the prettiest places on earth.
Nice.
But my go-to place, I shouldn't say they're both go-to places. I go to Aruba more than Bermuda, but they're equal. The problem with Bermuda is you can't go, in the winter months. It's 60, 70. You go to Aruba, it's 85 every day. So it's Aruba, 85 every day. It might say it's going to rain on the forecast. Yeah, it rains for like 5 minutes.
Yep, and it's gone.
In
and out.
It's gone. So, Cap, I saw this headline that caught my attention, and I said, God, I hope the Cap did not see this headline.
I don't think I did, so I'm about to get hit with it.
Yeah, so I said, I got to ask him. Cap.
What you got, bro?
The headline said, the Legion of Boom has been renamed.
To what?
It's been renamed to the Legion of Doom and Gloom.
Wow.
Your thoughts?
Wow. First of all, whoever said that, you know what? They hating on us. It's so early, but right now the defense is on a horrible
what the media does,
historic pace. Yeah, the defense is on a horrible historic pace right now in the wrong direction. And I'm going to touch on that. I'll give you my response later. But number one, they're not doing what they need to be doing. So I'll leave it at that for now. And see if they can square themselves away. I'm going to tell them how to get it done, but they're not representing like the Legion of Boom, but every defense is different. This was never the Legion of Boom defense anyway.
Exactly. But you know how they get going to grab these headlines with these names. So
yeah, no, that's cool. I'm glid you told me about that. Can you give me the name of the author? No, I'm kidding.
Never, never. No, exactly. Because there's a lot of dark alleys around the world, and it's all good. They don't need you following them though.
If we need help, I know the real deal got my back.
all good. You have any questions for me?
I do. I have one for B Gold and I have one for the real deal. The one for B Gold, I was struggling between two, but I'm going to keep it real because we want the fans to get to know everybody. So B Gold, when you were a young lad, and you can date yourself if you want to, you don't have to because there's reruns on everything right now, but what was your favorite situation comedy growing up? Your favorite sitcom growing up? What did B Gold not want to miss when you were coming up?
People are not going to believe this. Sanford and Son.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
Oh, Fred Sanford?
Dude, that's mine.
Oh, Fred
that's
Sanford.
My show.
He's an icon.
That's beautiful,
Fred
man.
Sanford. This is why we are such a hookup.
Brothers from other mothers, man.
Fred Sanford and Lamont and...
Oh, that's my show. Rollo, Bubba, Skillet, Esther, Aunt Esther.
Yes, Aunt Esther.
Reverend Trimble.
Exactly. I mean,
that's crazy, man.
That dude... Red Fox.
He can make you laugh no matter how bad things were.
He is one of the funniest dudes on planet Earth. Is he still with us?
No, he passed away. He actually did die from a heart attack. He did. But rest in peace.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Yep, Red Fox, rest in peace, brother.
Rest in peace. No
man,
question.
My family loves him.
What was the second part? Did I miss the second part?
No, I was going to ask a secondary question.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so... why in the world is the curse of the kickers that Vikings fans have endured since the beginning of their existence now starting to seep into the Emerald Nation? The last 2 weeks, our very reliable kicker has missed kicks in back-to-back games that very well could have resulted in us getting wins instead of losses. What's up with that?
So is that for the real deal or is that for
No, that's for the B Gold.
That's for B Gold.
That was my alternate question for you.
So this is an easy one, and you should know the answer to this one.
Why? Because, go ahead.
You guys made the mistake of signing Blair Witchcraft Walsh.
Is that what started this?
He brought that over.
It's a curse, I think.
He brought that over. He was our kicker, and he missed a game-winning field goal against your squad in minus 7-degree weather. Now, I will give him credit. He's the only other points we got in that game, and he made some amazing kicks, but he missed a 27-yard chip. It was closer than an extra point.
It's hard. I'm following that.
But you guys did not learn from that, and you signed him.
We did. And now we're and I like Jason Myers a lot. He's been very consistent, but these last 2 weeks, and we can't afford mistakes in the NFC West. And you see what's going on right now. We got Arizona lurking. Arizona lost a division game now. We won one. We lost one. Not good.
So Blair Walsh.
The curse of Blair Walsh. I didn't know that he had his own
I think
curse.
that's how it got past you guys, because you touched a kicker that failed for us.
That used to be in the Vikings jersey.
No, not he. You could Fred Cox. Come on, he's 5'11", 195 like me, all-time kicker. That it doesn't apply to him. Yeah. It's these kickers that miss these kicks at the wrong time. Blair Walsh. You guys saw him miss it, but you still thought he was good enough to sign.
Well, kickers are impacting the game like crazy. This week.
And I have something on that
this whole
later.
Season.
That's actually going to be my real deal moment of the week.
Okay. Well, let me just get a quick question for the real deal, because the fans want to know about the real deal too. If the real deal was allowed to give the post-game speech to your beloved Minnesota Vikings team after your very ugly win against the Detroit Lions on Sunday, what would that sound like? And you got to give us a family-friendly sample of how that might go.
Wow.
If he can do that. It may not be possible for him, but family-friendly.
No, this is going to be...
How would the real deal hit the team? This is going to be
on the fly, but what I will say is I almost threw up. We gave up 11 points in less than 2 minutes. 11 points in less than 2 minutes.
Oh, goodness.
It would have been the most historic, and I'll touch on this later, collapses ever. And you can kill Kirk Cousins all you want, Captain Checkdown, and I kill him. But you know what he did? He got the ball down the field, and they kicked the field goal, won the game. So stop hating Kirk. And I've killed him. But you know what? And by the way, Adam Thielen. Can you get him in the game plan? You wait till the last drive and you give him 2 catches for
Was he hurt?
No! Where was he the rest of the day? They didn't, you know.
See, I got a problem like that strategically, too, that I got to touch on later for sure. That's crazy.
Again, Coach Zim, I'm going to get a nickname for you because you're Mr. Conservative. So I'm noting it right now. Coach Zim, I'm blast for I'm going to come up with something for you by next week.
You need a nickname for him?
I'm getting him a nickname.
I'm an expert at bringing nicknames up. So give me some time.
You are the rhyme and I am the rhythm.
I like that. I can ride with that.
All right. So, all right, let's return back to the podcast.
Let's go.
But yeah, you know, emotions just have to ride. They have to ride when you talk about this stuff. And you know, being a Viking fan,
yeah, it's not easy.
You know, there's a lot of people who have abandoned ship. So I don't know if we have a sound effect for that, but you know,
abandoned ship.
Yeah, give it to
abandoned ship.
Yeah, one more time.
Abandoned ship.
Exactly. Sometimes I can understand why some people abandon ship. However, Be Gold and the Real Deal will never abandon ship.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
We are here for the ride. It builds character.
That's it.
It builds toughness.
No panic buttons. Get rid of them.
It hasn't made me gray yet. That's all I can ask for, right?
That's it.
I consider it enjoyment. Well, maybe not the last minute 43 seconds of the last game. But again, I will not leave. Cap sat next to me with a big, not a big lead, but a comfortable lead at the game.
But I never got comfortable.
And Cap said to me, "Are you comfortable?" And I said, "No."
Neither was I.
I'm a Viking fan.
Because I know how we roll. You know, we got to finish 4 quarters. We haven't played 4 quarters all season yet.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to some open items from the previous episodes. You know what? We've been pretty good on this. I don't think we've missed any. And nobody's called us out on any. So that's all I'm looking for. Open item number 1, Kellen Mond. He actually played college football, and thanks for Top Gun last week for getting me that information very quickly. And we're going to be tweaking our studio so Top Gun gets the messages from us when we don't have the answer to get us the answer. So
helps us drop that
that's
knowledge.
coming up. He actually, yeah, exactly. He actually gave us a good out, and we're going to implement that hopefully in the upcoming weeks. And by the way, we have not forgot about having the call-ins. And we have a couple people on mine. Jay Jones, get ready, dude. You're calling in. I don't care what team you like. Just call in. We'll talk about it. Right, Cap?
That's it. Big J, you know you're welcome.
Big J.
Seattle Socrates got to get in too.
All right, exactly. You know what? So there's our top 2 right there. All right, Kellen Mond played college football at Texas A&M, where he was a 4-year starter. Aggie. He became one of 3 SEC quarterbacks, along with Tim Tebow. Not a really good NFL career.
Florida Gator.
Not a really good NFL career, and Dak Prescott.
Oh, Dak.
To record over 9,000 career passing yards along with 1,500 rushing yards. That's pretty good company,
That's
you know?
Amazing company.
I'll take the version of Dak Prescott over Tim Tebow. And again, I can't stand the Cowboys, but that's nothing personal against Dak Prescott. If I could get that type of quarterback, if Kellen Mond could turn into that, I'm signing up for that all day.
Yeah, the Cowboys are on fire right now.
Yeah, that fire is going to dwindle pretty quickly.
Well, somebody going to have to put it out. I don't know who, though.
You know, exactly.
It ain't happening this week.
Jerry Jones will put it out himself if he has. So he'll do something to screw it up. Anyway, open item number 2. The Vikings, we talked about past how many coaches each team has had in the history. So, Cap, I kind of had an idea, was 8 or 9. The Vikings have had 9 coaches in their history.
Okay, that seems pretty stable. I mean, when I was thinking about this question, I started to realize that it's not really the coaches, it's the stability at the top. Yeah. And that's what you kind of want to keep an eye on. But I can segue into my quick one, or you want to finish your points on?
No. I thought you for your open item 2. Were you able to get into the how many coaches the Seahawks had in their history?
Yep, I locked it down. We have 8.
8,
and
all right,
really 7 because Jim Mora just coached for 1 season. He was gone. But started with Jack Patera. I mentioned Ken Behring. That was the guy that tried to take our team out of town. He was never a coach. So he's just he was a shiesty kind of businessman.
Gotcha. So you guys when did you come into existence?
75 technically, but 76 is when we first started.
So 76 was your first year. Our first year was 61. So I got to say,
that's pretty stable.
We're pretty stable for 9 coaches. You know, our ownership, I did do some research on that. boy, it would be a whole episode to explain the ownership of the Minnesota Vikings because it was a lot of times it was multiple people. It wasn't one particular owner. So I'm going to give that some more thought before I present anything to our audience.
And maybe it was the talent of the coaches outside of Bud Grant. Maybe or the rosters weren't good enough. Whoever's making those GM decisions, but
exactly,
yeah,
leadership. All right, Cap.
Always.
What are we moving to next?
Well, if we can, I mean, I can knock out the Bam Bam Award real quick.
Bring it.
I told everybody I will always look for the hit in the Seahawks game. If I don't see it, I will absolutely go outside. And I went outside because I didn't see what I needed to see from our defense in this last game against the Rams. And so with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, when it's easy for people to lay down, Minnesota Vikings defensive back Bashad Breeland, you got bam-bammed by a running back, DeAndre Swift of the Detroit Lions. You got trucked. Ouch.
Yeah.
I know. You got
no, go ahead.
I just want to say that I know that when y'all watch team film, which is probably something that happened today, I know your DB coach or the D coordinator or both kept replaying that over and over and over again to illustrate how you can't be getting clowned like that.
Exactly. You know what?
You can't not go hard in the NFL.
Exactly. But you know what? By the way, I've been killing this guy all year.
You've been talking about him.
Week to week to week. Weak link. It shouldn't be starting. So after the game, this guy made some disparaging remarks to the Viking fans. I'm not going to go into it because we consider this a family-friendly environment here, but I can tell you this. If you can't cut this guy after what he said, there needs to be some evaluation on who is leading this organization. Never mind the fact that this guy should have already at least been benched after ranking as the worst cornerback overall in the NFL. 103rd.
Wow.
103rd through 4 games. Cut this guy. Cut him.
What could this dude possibly have said after getting straight clowned like I saw in the fourth quarter? He got trucked.
You know what? Look it up.
If I play for the Detroit Lions, I would see when they're doing their film review, I'd be like, Coach, can you keep running that back?
I will tell you this. Yeah, exactly. Get this podcast. Get this podcast to the Wolf family.
I don't know what he said.
I hope they saw this. I would have cut this guy 30 seconds after this tweet came out. Are you kidding me? You cannot make these kind of comments and go in the locker room and be respected.
You might want to keep your mouth closed.
Get out of here. Yeah. Get out.
Not good. There'll be some fallout, I would imagine, but I'll eventually find out what this dude said, but I'm not respecting that at all.
Yeah, I'll tell you offline. It's not worth it. All right,
let's move on from this guy.
That's something that caught my eye in another podcast. So I'm gonna be upfront with the listeners here. I was never really a podcast guy until I decided to do one. So I'm listening in now to some other ones, and I'm not going to give the exact podcast, but I'll give you the guy's name so you can figure it out for yourself.
Where are we going?
So there's a gentleman.
Are you sure he's a gentleman?
Well, he does write some decent articles.
Okay, cool.
He does.
Cool.
And you know what? I think he's very skilled. But I have a disagreement with one of his statements. So
okay, that's fair.
So his name is Dustin Baker. He's a political scientist who graduated from the University of Minnesota. Kudos to him in 2007. He hosts a podcast with former Viking Bryant McKinnie. All-time great player of the Vikings, Bryant McKinnie. Shout out. Hey, always love watching you. Great job as a Viking. So Dustin Baker's Viking fandom dates back to 1996. I'll get to that. Listed guilty pleasures: peanut butter ice cream, The Sopranos, and The Doors, the band. All right. Dustin thinks the Vikings should acquire quarterback Daniel Jones from the New York Giants.
Ooh, he's going to Duke?
Yeah, that's what he has. All right, so here's what I got for you, Dustin. Hey, Dustin, this is the real deal. You've been a fan since 1996? Are you kidding me? Providing insight? You were in diapers when I became a Scolger. Since 1969. That's my following. Yeah, that's right. 1969. Dustin, Write it down. File it. Take it from me. I exceed you by 27 years of loyalty to the Vikings. I think I overrule you on this one. Daniel Jones is not the answer.
I was going to say, who? I mean, that would not be the name in the top of my list.
Right.
But who should be in there? If Kurt ain't doing bad this year, though.
No, I'm okay
I don't know
with
why
Kurt.
they're snowballing on Kurt. But if Kurt's not your guy and you had your druthers, I mean, this guy skipped over Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson.
Exactly. But you know what? At this time, the NFL is set up where you have to have a quarterback that's in a rookie contract so you can have a lot of good players around him and a lot more money. Kellen Mond has to evolve into that, or we have to do a better pick or get somebody that's young. Now that's his take on this. Daniel Jones does not have a large contract. He thinks he's the answer. Anyway, this week, Daniel Jones looked like a drunken sailor after the hit he took. Did you see that?
He got a concussion.
That was much more of a bam play than Bashaud Breeland.
Oh, no.
This guy couldn't walk after.
No, he got wobbled up. And I mean, again, wish him a speedy recovery for sure. But Breeland got straight disrespected.
He got disrespected.
He came up with no heart. You got to have some heart in this game. Play corner?
I'll never protect it.
Man.
I'll never protect it. Anyway, plays like that question Daniel Jones' decision-making and his durability. You're going to try and run through two guys at the goal line. I do love...
He is tough, but yeah.
I do love The Sopranos. It's a good call by Dustin. Good call. I'm a big Sopranos fan. Loved it. Didn't get a chance to check out the new release that does Tony as a youngster, but Top Gun is giving me a thumbs down, so I'm going to go with that. I'm not a big movie guy. Typically, I watch a movie probably 3 years after it's released, so, I get there. Just takes a little while. But reaching for the Doors, the band, sounds like you are trying to reach into your dad's musical spectrum. They really were not that good. Cap.
Oh, you're going to have some people coming after you on this one, man.
Cap, this will give you some pause. Jim Morrison's poetic aspirations were pretentious, and his obsession with death was overly morbid. He was often drunk and unreliable. Hey!
I was going to say the first part, a lot of performers probably were doing that, but I don't know about the unreliable part, though.
Yeah, well, if you're drunk, you still got to be able to perform. Some people need that little buzz to get going, but if you're unreliable...
That you're letting the team down at that point.
You got to get out of here. Speaking of poetic aspirations, the Cap and I will showcase our skills of poetry in an upcoming bonus episode podcast.
Let the rhythm hit them.
Stay tuned. And finally, as far as ice cream, any ice cream is good for me, so eat it up.
Ice cream is a good thing.
Cap. You have a tip of the cap for the week?
A tip of the cap?
Tip of the cap from the cap.
I actually do. Let me just slow everybody down real quick, okay?
Sorry, man.
No, it's all good. It's all good because I do have a tip of the cap, and it's for Geno Smith. Bro, listen to me, my man. What they tried to do to you when you wore that Jets uniform is almost unforgivable. I know you and Jamal Adams had to have had some side conversations as you both had to be super happy about escaping that environment. B-Gold, do you see how happy Sam Darnold is in Carolina?
I do, and he's playing pretty good.
I've been watching from afar, and the Jets franchise has just been sapping the spirits and souls out of some of the most gifted athletes in the league, and it doesn't seem to stop. The only one that they were unable to impact was Broadway Joe Namath, and he somehow made it out unscathed. Got a Super Bowl to boot, but they still don't listen to him. They disrespect him.
With a guarantee, by the way.
He guaranteed it, and they still disrespect him, so... and Boomer Esiason hit it up this morning. That's my dude on the fan radio station in New York. He said regarding young quarterbacks, you got to do two things. You got to be patient and you got to have stability at the top of the organization. And we've talked about that off and on throughout our podcast, and that's exactly what you need to do. Geno, we got you here, brother. We got you here. You don't got to worry about anybody sniping you, coming after you in the media, because we don't do that where we come from. We got your back. You did your thing when you came in with no notice. You came in on a red alert and you performed. That tells me a lot. So this coming week, you're going to get another tip of the cap, brother. Go get that W for us in Pittsburgh. But I'm giving you the tip, man. You earned it.
Good tip of the cap. So I'm going to counter that a little bit because, and this is 2 pages later and 3 pages later where I was going with this. But you know, it seems like a good place to put in. While backup QB Geno Smith played admirably, and he did, he did play admirably, he can't and never has been able to stay away from the critical mistake. Hopefully that changes under the coaching from Pete Carroll, who is one of the brilliant minds of all time. So, but Geno, his history, he can't stay away from the big mistake. All right, so let's talk about some character about your new starting quarterback, Geno Smith.
Let's go.
Back in 2015, there was a dispute between former Jets linebacker Ike. I remember that. I'm gonna ruin this name. Anem Kapali and Mr. Geno. And Met Kapali believes Smith owed him $600 for a plane ticket that M. Kapali purchased so Smith could attend his football camp in Texas. However, days before the camp, a person close to Smith was killed in a motorcycle accident. You know, gotta go attend that in Miami, and Smith did not attend the camp. So after Smith did not attend, Makali demanded the Jets QB refund him the $600. Smith said he would do it, but it never happened. Anyway, there was a confrontation, and Smith was sucker punched by Aman Kapali, and suffered a broken jaw. A sucker punch. I'm not a big thing of a sucker punch, so you know.
That wasn't a confrontation. That was an ambush.
An ambush. But the problem with some of these stories is, I just wanted to get out. The problem with some of these stories is there's always 2 sides, and you know, while I can do some historical data on it, we don't know the true story.
We don't know the true story, and if you sucker punching your quarterback in the locker room, that's not a smooth move from where I come from. Unless it's mutual, you don't be doing that type of stuff. And the other thing that I did pick up on with regard to that story is that as soon as that happened, do you remember the man named Rex Ryan, who was
absolutely, yeah, I do.
He had switched to a different team, and what was the first thing he did? The Jets cut that guy,
and he signed him.
He picked him up.
He signed him.
Yeah, I don't miss stuff like that.
All right, so there's some breaking news, Cap. Breaking news. The Hawks have just signed linebacker Ike Emakapali.
Come on, man.
Thoughts?
I don't want him.
They didn't sign him. Just joking with you.
Oh, okay, thank you. You are trying to test my character right there. I ain't flipping on that.
Exactly. You know, it's one of those stories that, you know, when
that's pretty funny though. You almost had me for a second too. I'm like, what? How'd I miss that? Because I know somebody would have called me up and said, "Man,
exactly.
You hear what happened?"
Exactly. So unless they just wanted the big brother watching over them,
right?
Anyway, let's move on to the real deal. My papers are all over sideways and backwards now, but you know, hey, we're staying in flow. We're staying in flow. Real deal moment of the week. Five consecutive missed field goals in the Bengals-Packers games. Welcome to my pain. Welcome to the world of being a fan of the Minnesota Vikings. 5 in a row to win the game.
Brutal.
Feel the pain. I've endured it for years. Hope it continues for your teams. And that's my real deal moment of the week.
Yeah, now we took some stings too with that, but that was phenomenal. When I'm watching that game, I'm thinking about you guys. I'm like, this must be what it is like to be a Vikings fan.
It's
not
awful.
good.
So, Cap, do you want to do the recap of your game first, or you want me to do the Vikings and the Lions?
Let me recap my game. It'll be short, and then...
Okay, because I have some thoughts on yours as well. Okay. So again, my papers are all jumbled up anyways, so let's just keep jumbling them up.
So we've played the Pittsburgh Steelers 19 times, including one postseason game in the Super Bowl. We've won 10. They've won 9. And they want to tie this up. And you know what? I don't care that they want to tie the game up. We've had enough streaks broken this season so far that is becoming painful. And I don't want to see the Steelers even it up at 10. I want to see it go to 11 and stay at 9 for them. We need this win in the worst way, B. Gold. We've lost the last 2 meetings, and we need to break a dang streak for a change. Ben Roethlisberger, Big Ben, is as immobile of a quarterback as they come.
I've been killing him. You know that.
You have been, and it's like he's a statue.
He's a statue.
And if he is aging right in front of our eyes, I mean, it's not pretty.
Aged.
But we're going to be coming right back next week to try to get at him. And if we don't get this rush going against this team, we got problems. Now, Geno, you got to use your tools in the kitchen, brother. You got to cook up something good, man. Defense, do your job. And I'm going to touch on the defense later. But we got to get back to the basics, and it's still early. And that's the part that I don't want Seahawks fans to panic on, because it's still early. Now, Gino, brother, I need you to listen to me on this. You're a vetted member of the Emerald Nation now. You are family, and we got your back, and we will not abandon you. You are a baller. You were picked 39th overall in the 2013 draft. So you're supposed to be here. And now it's your time to put the city on your back. It's time for you to get into the remaining Iron Kitchens around the league, starting in Pittsburgh. Tilt your chef hat to the side and get your swag on. You are now our executive chef, our Iron Chef. So ramp up your confidence, use everything you have available to you, and ball out. Do all this without the New York media breathing down your neck and trying to beat you down. We got you out here. Without the nonsense of non-support from ownership, we are the Seahawks. We got you. So set them ovens and cooking tops ablaze. Get your seasonings ready, my brother. Your sous chefs are more than capable of helping you shine. And no matter what you do not forget to feed the tight ends. Will Dissly's hungry for success. He's built for it. So is Gerald Everett and Colby Parkinson. Gino, it's your time. That's all I got to say. It's your time. Let's go. I'm going to hit the defense up later, but that's our game recap. We ready to come forward.
Hey, Cap.
What up?
Hey, Cap. The rhyme. You are a seasoned veteran at this point. You're amping up the voice.
I'm trying to do what I can.
I am loving it. Here's my thoughts. The big news is a finger injury to Russell Wilson.
That's huge.
He's believed to have mallet finger, along with something else, a sprain that will make it difficult for the right-handed quarterback to flex a finger. Wearing a splint on your finger to keep it straight is the most common treatment for mallet finger. If your tendon is only stretched, not torn, it should heal in 4 to 6 weeks if you wear the splint all the time. So, Russ, keep the splint on.
Do what you got to do. He's very disciplined. He'll do what he got to do.
If Cap has to hang outside in your bushes and peer through your window to make sure you're wearing the splint, he will be there.
No, I trust him. I trust him.
If it's torn or pulled off the bone, it's 6 to 8 weeks.
We don't want to talk like that.
After that, you're going to need to wear a splint for another 3 to work at night only. So hope there's no night games. All right. I, Billy Gold, not the real deal, have had this injury.
Uh-oh. Speak on it. Speak on it.
And I can attest.
What are we looking at?
To the amount of time it takes to heal. And keep in mind that I, Billy Gold, heal much faster than the average man. Because if needed, I filled a solo cup with mead.
Well, you did heal up from your hammy injury.
I did. It was less than a week.
You were back in action the next week.
It was less than a week. So, I've been there.
I hope the fans didn't miss what just happened, though. I hope the fans did not miss what B. Gold just said. He gave you some insight. If you don't know, you got to rewind it. I'm not even going to reveal it. But I'm glad, because that was going to be an upcoming question.
Check the tape.
And now we know what's up.
Check the tape.
That's all right. I got you.
Check the tape. By the way, that's only for healing, Kevin.
Understood.
All right.
Medicinal purposes.
Exactly. So let's get to the Viking game.
Oh, here we go.
All right. Final score. My Minnesota Vikings 19, the Detroit Rivalry Lions 17. Over the years has taught me never to expect any easy games when it comes to following this team. We should have won this game by 3 scores. And instead, it was almost an all-time collapse. 7 penalties on the day did not help either. Coach Zim, he coached conservatively all day, and it kept the Lions close. This included running out the clock before halftime with 37 seconds left and 2 timeouts. It reminds me of Denny Green had 2 timeouts in the 1998 championship game. Is kicking and not utilizing your timeouts and time left a curse of this organization? Put me in there. I'll fix it. All right. Rookie left tackle Christian Darrisaw finally saw the field, and he rotated with Rashad Hill, even though there was a clear difference in their performance. Yeah, and Hill was not the winner. Alexander Madison played well and would have been on my list for a game ball had he not coughed up the ball with 2 minutes left in the game. At the half, the Vikings left 13-6, and they received the second half kickoff. On their first series, Mr. Hill, for some odd reason, was still in there, and he was steamrolled back into Kirk Cousins on the first play, which resulted in a sack and a 3-and-out. No scoring by either team in the third quarter. Let's get to the fourth quarter. Saw a 55-yard goal from Joseph that extended the lead to 16-6. The defense played pretty good all day. They've really tightened it up in the past 2 weeks, though they're still giving up way too many run yards, way too many. But bend, don't break. I've seen that before. It does work. Field goals are way better than touchdowns. They held the Lions on their next possession, and then the offense moved into position for a 49 field goal attempt with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game, which would have essentially iced the game.
And now the climax.
Joseph, just coming off a 55-yard field goal, it seemed like, I don't think he hit it fat. It seems like he was trying to be a little cute and just make sure he got it straight and thought it was enough leg. It landed like a yard short, and we did not extend the lead. Lions get the ball back, and they got a 40-yard field goal to cut the lead to 16-9. All right, so time's ticking, and there's not much time left. Lions, they forego the onside kick and kick it off. The kickoff was very close to the sideline at the 5-yard line and was fielded by a former Lion, Amir Abdullah, and he returned it to the 18. You ask, why do I bring this up?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
You ask why I bring it up. Because if he let it go out of the bounds, we would have had to start at the 40-yard line. Now, you could say there might have been backspin on it. It might have spun back in the field. But, Cap, I saw the play. It was right on the sideline. And he scooped it with his hands almost on the sideline. This was going out of bounds.
Yeah,
so
get the penalty on that one.
The Viking fans, there's definitely a conspiracy theory. Let's see. Ex-Lion fielding the ball.
You think there's something to that?
Yes. It's going to be out there. All right. So Lions have 2 timeouts remaining. On first down, 1 first down. We get 1 first down, the game's over. 2 runs for 3 yards. Lions exhaust their timeouts, and it's 3rd down. We try another run play to Madison. He's trying to push. It's 3rd and 7. He stopped at the line of scrimmage. He's trying to push for another yard. I don't know if he's trying to get 2 or 3 seconds off the clock, but they punch the ball and he fumbles.
I didn't know he dropped the rock.
He dropped the rock.
In the fourth quarter?
Yeah, they were trying to run the clock out.
That's a no-no.
Right. He didn't go down. He was trying to fight for an extra yard. He didn't need to do that.
He's not known for fumbling either, is he?
He is not. Lions recover and score a TD 3 plays later. All right. Lions coach Dan Campbell. He's a little bit of a gambler. He's on the road. He decides to go for the win with a 2-point conversion. And they convert it.
Yeah, a lot of 2-point conversions.
With 37 seconds left. I'm sitting on my couch. I don't know what to do. I'm heartbroken again. I'm looking to the left, looking to the right. Wilson left. He left. I couldn't find him.
That's 2 weeks in a row he left early.
I couldn't find Wilson. Wilson, he didn't want to hear me.
He was done. He was cooked.
We're down 17-16 with 37 seconds left. I'm exhausted.
You got to be spent.
I'm exhausted. My phone rang. My phone rang from my regular job. And I told the person, I said,
I need a moment.
I said, Jackie, I got to call you back. I'm exhausted. I got to call you back. Give me 2 minutes. But
this is a very emotional game, y'all.
But I did have this New Orleans feeling in me.
Uh-oh.
There was 37 seconds left and 2 timeouts.
Time to go. It's not over yet.
We had a chance.
That's right.
Adam Thielen, he was quiet all day. All of a sudden, had 2 big catches that gave us a chance at a Greg Joseph 54-yard field goal attempt to win at the buzzer. I actually calmly, I don't know why, but I felt good about his chance. But did I want him to miss? If he misses, there's 1 week left before the bye and a very good chance that Coach Simmons is out of here. He's fired.
He's constantly in the crosshairs.
If he makes it, does this spur us on the run to get into playoffs? I guess we'll see now. You know what?
You were on track for it.
Cousins, he's been really good this year. They kill him. And you know what? I call him Captain Checkdown myself. But is he a product of never getting him an offensive line? Is he a product of the fact that his head coach doesn't sit down with him and talk game plan every week? I think so. Cousins, again, I'll say it again and again. He's been really good this year.
He has.
Period.
He's moved the ball all over the field. And it's not like Trent Dilfer with that type of offense. So a little bit more dynamic.
We had the chance. I put it out there last week. Trey Lance did not do anything special. If San Francisco wants him, this is the chance to sell high. But you know what? Let's go to Carolina, get to 500, and get to the break, the bye, and see where we go from there. Got some quick game balls. Sorry, I'm so long-winded on this, but this was a tough, emotional game for me. And you know what? I probably say that every week.
It is what it is.
All right, game balls. Linebacker Eric Hendricks. He made a critical one-handed interception to stop a drive in the red zone. Rookie left tackle Christian Darrisaw. He looked dominant, and now he should be locked in as a starting left tackle for years to come. And kicker Greg Joseph.
The kicker?
The kicker. Yeah,
game ball. Love. Oh, my goodness.
I would have liked a conversion on the 49-yard field goal to put us up by 13, but he was 4 for 5 on the day, with 2, including the game winner as the time expired from 54 yards. So he made 2 54-yard field goals, including winning at the buzzer.
That's big time.
That's big time. Anything over 50.
That's a big deal.
It's a big deal. I almost gave a game ball to Everson Griffin, who applied pressure all day, and he's been really good this year, but he had 2 critical 15-yard penalties. So Everson, I like what you're doing. I like you and Hunter on bookends. Stay away from the penalties, dude.
Do you have any awards for Bashad Breeland?
Yeah, Bashad Breeland. You know what?
I can't believe that.
If he's not cut by Saturday,
what happens?
Next week's episode, I'm going to have to go all in.
I might be getting some breaking news from Seattle right now.
What do you got?
It is quite possible that Trey Flowers has been cut.
Wow.
Or traded or released somehow. So I'll try to confirm that as we're sitting up here, but something is afoot.
Something's a brew.
In the Emerald Nation.
Wow. All right, it's awesome. Cap, you want to talk about your Week 6 matchup before we get to the picks?
Really, I already kind of touched on it. It's the same as my recap. We lost a game, and we're about to go play Pittsburgh. And the bottom line is we need to go in there and get a W. Now, the only thing I'm going to talk about is the state of the Seattle Seahawks. And I'm just going to wait till you ask me about it because this is different. That's it.
That's it? All right.
I'm not very happy right now. I don't want to go through no stats other than the horrible one about us almost giving up 500 yards a game.
Hey, Top Gun, just get those pirate voicings for next week. Not this week.
We won't jump.
We have to have some optimism right now. Hey, I'll throw it out there if I have to. I'll throw it out there after the first quarter if I got it.
You did the first week of the season.
Exactly.
About to throw people off the boat.
I got guys on my all-time roster, and I got guys that got to go right away. Believe me, live my life, and you'll see why I make the decisions I make. All right, so let's talk about the Vikings. Next up is on the road to Carolina. Vikings lead the all-time series 9-6. Last matchup was November 29, 2020. Minnesota won narrowly 28-27. My prediction for the season record remains the same at 10-7 for the Vikings, even though they're 2-3. Minnesota's making a 6th visit to Carolina and 3rd in October. I don't know why that means anything, but in 2016 they snapped Carolina's 14-game home winning streak, so that was a good one. Right now, I got a fun fact.
I know you're going to dig this.
Notable players who have played with both teams. Defensive end Jared Allen. His final year in professional football was with Carolina, and they went to the Super Bowl that year. Safety Kirk Coleman, who's played pretty well for them. QBs Teddy Bridgewater and Joe Webb. Offensive linemen Todd Stussy, who played great for us. And cornerback Captain Munnerlyn, who played great for both teams. This year on Carolina's roster is wide receiver Brandon Zylstra. So, all right, let's move on to our picks.
Hold on.
Oh, we got something?
Yeah, I have to get something off my chest. And the only way I can do it is I got to describe the current state of the Seahawks for the Emerald Nation. Okay? And it's going to take a minute, but you just got to bear with me.
Yeah,
all right?
Have at it.
Paging Dr. Vuk.
Are you ready for surgery? We have a patient coming into your emergency room. It's a serious trauma. Are you ready? I'm here. Bring in my patient. Wheeling the patient in now, Doc. They're pretty banged up. Seattle Seahawks team? They were left for dead on the side of the road. Bring them in here. I got this. Oh my Lord, this is bad. My beloved Seahawks. What the heck happened to them? The ambulance crew chief said they were attacked by Titans, picked apart by some Vikings, and then just last Thursday, beaten in their own home by a wild group of Rams. They are pretty banged up. I said we have a pulse, so let's get them on the table. Hook them up to some oxygen, start an IV, and monitor the heartbeat. All right, let me have a close look and see what oh boy, this is a mess. All right, how old is this patient? 5 weeks, Doc. What? 5 weeks? This team has no pass rush, and it's already 5 weeks old? This can't be right. How can they already be 5 weeks old and have no flipping pass rush at this stage of the season? The impacts of not having a pass rush can be catastrophic. Nurse, do you know what happens when there's no pass rush? It destroys the linebackers and the defensive backs. You can't allow NFL quarterbacks to stand upright and peacefully survey the lands all game with a sandwich in one hand and a football in the other. Are you kidding me? This activity will fry our secondary. No wonder Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs are number 5 and 6 in leading the NFL in tackles so far. This is not what should be happening. Oh my goodness. What now, Doc? This defense is on a historic pace to shatter the league record of giving up the most yardage in NFL history. With that title currently held by the 2021 New Orleans Saints, 7,042. At our current rate, we are set to lose 7,664 yards by the end of the season. We got to stop this hemorrhaging immediately. Get me some 5-2 Monster Quick Clot now. Get this order over to the pharmacy. D Coordinator Norton, forget your current defensive scheme and implement the 5-2 Monster scheme immediately. It's the only way. There's no other way around it. Coach, no more defensive ends and linemen dropping back in pass coverage. Scrap that. Get back to the basics. 3 defensive linemen, 2 defensive ends, all on the line of scrimmage. D-line make piles and hold ground. D-ends get to a pass rush, blast the tight end on your side, and pin your ears back. 2 linebackers, Wagner and Brooks, let them go. Diggs and Neal, they should be starting at safety. DJ Reed and Sidney Jones at corner, and let the best athlete on the field, Jamal Adams, do what he does. Jamal, do you. In my defense, you can go wherever the heck you want at any time. I don't care where you line up. As long as you are not 20 yards away from the ball, get in where you fit in, unleash yourself, and let's stop this madness. Do you. This plan will get us back on track, B. Gold. The offense will take care of itself. The defensive special teams are intact, thanks to Captain Nick Ballore, but the kicking game seems to be fading. It might be the curse the Vikings put on them when they were in that battle at Treasure Valley a few weeks ago. My goodness, how much damage can one team take? Doc, it gets worse. How can it get worse? This is catastrophic damage. Our saving grace in this team is only 5 weeks old. That's our saving grace. But what could be worse? Captain Russell is out. What? Okay. Spin up Geno Smith on alert 5 and get him in the air. I want him right next to Top Gun's jet. He will hold the line, sterilize all surgical instruments, and shut the darn door. It's time to go to work. Seattle Seahawks, if you can hear me, hang in there. I will not let you die. Yo, it's time for the picks, the weekly predictions by them guys. Get your notebooks out because they rarely miss. Make way for Captain Book when he makes his picks. You can't touch this dude. Reppin' Hawks in the Emerald Nation. All units, battle stations. So welcome to the Battle Zone. It's a place where Captain Book is never alone with his guy be gold by his side. Sporting purple, always ready to ride. A real Viking maniac, never afraid to go on the attack. And when needed and comes the real deal, he's got a real feel for NFL skill. So listen close and get the word. Don't be the one who hadn't heard about Captain Book and Blue Gold. Dropping knowledge, truth be told. The picks, battle tested.
All right, let's get to it. Let's go over the season prediction record after the week 5 results. Captain.
What up?
And myself, the real deal.
Holding it down.
We both went 11-5. Captain for the year now is 54 wins and 24 losses.
Trying to do something.
I'm right on his heels at 53 wins and 25 losses, 1 game behind. We're still at a 70% clip for victory. Make the money. We got it for you guys. We got it.
We're putting in work.
We got you covered. All right.
Work.
Let's start out with the Vikings at Carolina. We'll do our squads first, and then we'll move on to the rest of the NFL. I got Minnesota going into Carolina and coming out 27-17, Cap.
Not bad. I got the Vikings going in there, knocking them down. Road game, 21-17 victory, Vikings.
All right. Let's move on to...
Which one's next?
Let's move on to Seattle at Pittsburgh.
Oh, let's go.
I got Pittsburgh will get tested from a Seattle squad that wants to prove it can win without Russell Wilson. But on the road, I'm seeing the Seahawks coming up short. I got Pittsburgh. If you would have just saw the look at it, we got to get the video.
That's messed up.
I got old Roethlisberger and the Steelers 27. Seahawks 20.
No. We going in on the road. We are going to be getting some heads turned in this one. Geno Smith is going to let everybody know that he is ready for this. Seahawks go into enemy territory. The Steelers have beat us the last 3 times too, so we're going to break another streak. Seahawks 24, Pittsburgh 10 in their house. Might be the end.
In their house?
It might be the end of Big Ben.
10 points.
It might be his last ride.
All right, let's move on to the other Week 6 games. Tampa Bay at Philly. You know what? This is a Thursday night game. Philly's really surprised me this year.
Is this your upset of the week?
No, it's not my upset. No. Philly has really surprised me this year, but Brady and company get the road win 27-23.
Yeah, Tampa Bay goes in, handles business 34-16. They're really focused right now.
They are. All right, let's move to this Sunday 9:30 a.m. game. This, wherever this is, it's an international game, I guess. I like the rookie QB in this matchup. I'm taking Jacksonville 24, Miami 21.
Woo-wee. We're going to go opposite ends here. I'm taking the Dolphins. They are very, very frustrated. They're going to go into that game. It's going to be tight, but they're going to win 20-18.
20-18.
Miami gets the W.
Both got it close.
They're overdue.
Okay, let's move on to the 1 o'clock game. Cincy at Detroit. I got Cincy traveling to Detroit, and they keep the Lions winless. Cincy 28, Detroit 17.
Yeah, Bengals 30. I'm hoping Burrow plays. I know he had a throat injury, but hopefully he plays. Bengals 30, Lions 17.
Okay, moving on to the team that's, they must be wondering what the heck is going on this year. KC at Washington. I'm seeing KC getting back on track on the road, 31-20.
Yeah, I see KC fighting through some adversity on the road. That's a tough football team over there. Their defense is really impressive, but the Chiefs are going to get it done 21-18. They're going to right their ship, and they're going to make some noise in the AFC.
All right, 21-18. Not a lot of points for the Chiefs from the Cap. All right, let's move on to Houston at Indianapolis. I think Indy played pretty good this week on Monday night. It's a short week for them, but I think they hang on to win at home 23-20.
Yeah, the Colts are a really good team, better than people realize. 24 Colts, Texans 10. They will not lose serve at home.
Okay, now moving on to my lock of the week.
Which is the lock of the week?
I got the Rams at the Giants.
Oh,
no Barkley.
That's the easy way out.
No Barkley, no Jones, no chance. Rams 30, Giants 10.
Yeah, if there's a lock, that is the game. Rams 35, Giants 10. Giants have to find themselves, and it's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard with Mike Glennon.
It's going to be tough.
Mike Glennon plays, forget it.
Oh, that defense on the Rams is way too fast.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to the Chargers at the Ravens. Chargers, they're hitting their stride. You know, in one of my fantasy football leagues, somebody actually dropped Justin Herbert. I was like,
he's a beast, too.
I was like, I took him as my backup quarterback. He's probably going to start some weeks. Anyway, I got Chargers 27, Ravens 23.
Yeah, after what happened last night with all those points, I don't know what's going to happen as far as the actual score, but I do have the Ravens holding it down at home, 24-21. They're going to get them into that smash mouth mode, and they're going to squeeze out that W.
All right, there's my chance to make up the game. I'm behind you, Cap, right there.
There might be another one coming up. I got an upset coming.
Let's move on to Green Bay at Chicago. Green Bay, they're going to win on the road against their rival. It's going to be closer than people think. I got Green Bay 24, Chicago 20.
Hey, I have Green Bay winning that also, 24-17. Don't like picking the Packers to win, but I got to keep it real.
Exactly. All right, move to the 4 o'clock games. Arizona at Cleveland.
Ding, 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 ding. Let me hit it up.
Yeah,
Let me hit it up.
go ahead.
That's my upset of the week.
Yep.
Arizona's coming in hot, undefeated. What up to my guy, Ty Martinez, big Cardinals fan. The Browns, they lost a heartbreaker. They're at home, and they are going to get after the Cardinals. It's going to be a heck of a game. Game of the week probably, and upset of the week. Browns 37, Cardinals 35, taking their first L.
So you're taking an upset even though they're home.
Cardinals are
on the road.
That's right. Yeah, the Browns are holding serve at home.
Okay.
They're going to defend that house.
So you think, I don't know, I haven't saw the line. You think Arizona's going to be favored in this game?
Oh, yeah, I think Arizona's going to be favored for sure.
So I'm like you. I put this will be the game of the week.
Okay, good.
I wrote it, right? This will be the game of the week. But I'm like you. I'm like the Browns hold up at home.
Okay.
I got 24-23.
There you go.
All right.
Yep, pay attention, y'all. Don't miss this.
So let's move on to the Raiders.
Oh, boy.
At the Broncos. A lot of news with John Gruden in
I'm going to leave that alone.
You know, we're not going to talk a lot about Gruden, but I'm going to say the Raiders continue their fall. I got Broncos 24, Raiders 20.
Okay, a little higher score than me, but I got the Broncos holding it down. They lost a tough one. 17, Raiders 10. Broncos 17, Raiders 10.
All right, good.
Holding serve at home.
Let's move on to the Cowboys visiting New England. Good matchup here. It's a good matchup.
This is not a lock of the week?
No, you know what? Because New England, both of their line play is good. Offensive and defensive line play is good. So I think this is a very good matchup. It could go either way. You know what?
This can't go.
Top Gun. Erica's not going to be happy with my pick here, but I'm taking New England to hold serve at home 20-17.
Whee! That's gutsy right there. Not the gutsiest move I ever saw, though, Top Gun. But that's gutsy. But no. The Cowboys are where they want to be. They have everybody's attention. They're not going to let it go in week 6. Cowboys go in there and rock the Pats 35-16. They saw what Tampa Bay struggled and did. They're going to put themselves and try to mark up against the Bucs. And it's going to go down.
Typically, I kill the Teog.
Yeah.
I like when the Cowboys lose, so.
He's a heck of a coach, though.
Yeah, when he has Brady.
He did good against Brady recently. He did a really good job.
Did he win?
No, he didn't, but look at his roster.
Now, you heard
and look at Tampa Bay's roster.
You heard Jerry Burns
I did.
go on a rant.
On a win.
And he won.
On a win, exactly. That's why I wanted to know what the real deal would say after this last game on the heels of this guy getting ran over and I guess running his mouth. But that's a different story for a different day.
All right, final game, the Monday night game. Bills at the Titans. This is another interesting game for me. But I gotta like the Bills on the road. I got Bills 31, Tennessee 27.
Yeah, the Bills showed up and showed out last week. So I'm picking the Bills to go in on Monday night. That offense and that defense and them coaches and those fans and what do they call it? The Buffalo Mafia or something like that? Bills Mafia?
Yeah.
And they bringing it. So I'm taking the Bills with the 40 burger being dropped on the Titans.
Wow.
Titans 24. Bills 40.
Wow, that's a lot of points.
No fear.
All right, let's get over to our fantasy football league really quickly. Fantasy football update. The real deal. The favorite to win the championship. I was defeated. 162-152. In part because Antonio Brown had a monster game. He had like 34 points.
And 2 touchdowns.
He never gets more than 10 points. I would have won this by 20 points. So I'm at 3-2, but I'm still holding down first place in the East Division. While the Caps team, Destiny's Travelways,
in the basement,
they barely got beat 165-83.
Yeah. Had our doors and wheels blown off.
And they're now 1-4. And they're tied for last place, so they're not in last place by themselves. All right,
not good.
Quickly, week 6 starters. QB Josh Allen, running back Derrick Henry, running back James Robinson, wide receiver Diggs, Stephon Diggs, By the way, shout out. I didn't get to do it earlier, Cap. The Diggs on your team. He's leading the league with 7 interceptions.
You know what? I didn't mention that. My bad, Quandre, but he got his second pick
Exactly.
in 2 games. He's doing his thing, too. He's really balling. And if our pass rush shows up, I'm telling you, we're going to ball out. And it's been confirmed that Trey Flowers apparently asked for his release, and it was granted.
Good. Anyway,
So he might show up in Minnesota when y'all let that guy go.
No, yeah, we have some depth chart. We just got to get Ridley. My second receiver. Last week I had to sit Ridley at the last minute because of a last minute injury. So he was out week 5. I have him as tentative. If not, I'll put Deontay Johnson in from Pittsburgh, who actually had a pretty good week for me. Tight end, Darren, the baller Waller. I don't know how it's going to affect him with the coaching change. We'll see. Flex, Cooper Kupp's been good all year. Defense, I picked up the Vikings. They got me 11 fantasy points on the defense. That's a really good defensive showing for fantasy squad. And then my kicker will be Daniel Carlson. No sense talking about the bench because when they play, I'll tell you about it. One transaction. Cap talked about it earlier. This guy's struggling, but the trade was made prior to the struggles. Cap receives from me Jason Myers, kicker, and I got in exchange Tampa Bay's kicker Ryan Suckup. Cap.
Emerald Nation sticks together regardless. I'm going to run through mine real quick. Quarterback, I can't start Russell Wilson for obvious reasons. We talked about it. So I'm starting Mr. Hurts for Philly. Go get him, man. We need you to come through for us. Running back, Javonte Williams from Denver. I got to start Alex Collins also from Seattle. I got no choice. I got to start A.J. Brown for my receiver from Tennessee. And, of course, as you all know how I feel about CeeDee Lamb, he stays in the lineup. Even on a bye week, I might keep him in. Will Disley, tight end. I need you to come through, brother, and I think Gino's going to help you. Devontae Smith from Philly, my receiver. He's going to ball out. They're going against Tampa Bay, so it'll be a good challenge. And I said before, I ride or die with the Seahawks defense. So guess what?
You're rolling.
I'm rolling with the Seahawks defense, and I'm going to double up. Jason Myers is immediately inserted into the starting lineup. So my kicker, so I'm good.
All right, good. So that brings us to an end of another episode. It was a fun one. Scolders, 12s, football fanatics. Thanks for tuning in today. Make sure you get the word out on the street to check out all of our episodes. The viewership is really expanding, and some surprise listeners. I had some comments today that when the people call me up and I'm on a Zoom call and they're going, "Are you the real deal?" I mean, I had to say, yes, I am. But the Seahawks lost their best player and now need to find a way to stay in the chase until he returns. The Vikings almost had a historic defeat that would have sealed the fate of Coach Zimmer. They need to win on the road this week against a Panther team and go into their bye week with a 500 record. Still time for the Vikes to make a run, but they need to stop the conservative play calling. They have the weapons. They just need to utilize them correctly. Hey, Cap, as you always do.
Let's go.
Bring us home.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. And B-Go, can you just tell them what platforms we're on?
We are on iTunes, YouTube, and that's it. We're Spotify? Are we on Spotify? We're on Spotify as well, yes.
All right, so listen, whatever platform that you use, go find us, follow us, and like us, please. It really helps us out. And until your ears meet our show again, take care of yourself, steer clear of all panic buttons, and do not abandon the ship. Stay aboard. We got this. Scolders, Skol on. 12s and the entire Emerald Nation in our 2-word phrase that affirms our eternal connection, knowing we will be each other's keeper. I leave you with it now. Go Hawks, and see you in Pittsburgh. Peace.